The husband away, and the stepdaughters got me locked in the shed. The result? My name is Emma, and I'm 35 years old. Let me tell you a story about a time when life took a surprising turn. It was a few years ago when I met the love of my life, Peter. We had an incredible connection right from the start. The chemistry between us was electric, and we were inseparable. We both worked in completely different fields, him in it and me as a teacher, but somehow we just fit together like pieces of a puzzle. Life was perfect, or so I thought. We decided to take our relationship to the next level and moved in together. Peter had a 12-year-old daughter named Lily from his previous marriage. She was a bright, lively kid, but adjusting to a new family structure wasn't easy for her. At first, I was over the moon about becoming part of her life. I thought I could be her friend and mentor, someone she could confide in. But I soon realized that Lily wasn't quite as thrilled about the whole situation as I was. She gave me the cold shoulder, barely speaking to me, and often staying locked in her room. My role as a teacher helped me understand teenagers better, and I figured she just needed time to warm up to me. However, her behavior only worsened over time. She'd make snide comments about my cooking, and occasionally even gave me the silent treatment during family dinners. It was a tough phase, but I never gave up on building a bond with her. A few years passed, and I was hopeful that things would improve, but they didn't. Peter's job required him to travel frequently, leaving me alone with Lily. Those days were the most challenging because the tension between us grew stronger. She'd often refuse to acknowledge me, and it felt like an invisible barrier separated us. One day, as Peter left for a business trip, I decided to make an effort to bridge the gap. I prepared Lily's favorite meal and tried to engage her in conversation, but all I got in return was more coldness. I couldn't help but feel disheartened. I wondered if there was anything I could do to make things better. One evening, while Peter was away, I was in the kitchen, and the aroma of my cooking wafted through the house. I prepared a dish I thought Lily would like. As she entered the kitchen, I greeted her with a warm smile and asked about her day. Instead of responding, she wrinkled her nose and said, "Your cooking is terrible." I was taken aback by her comment. I knew my cooking wasn't gourmet level, but I never expected such a harsh remark. I tried to maintain my composure, but it was difficult. However, I realized that reacting with anger wouldn't help the situation, so I simply said, "I'm sorry you don't like it." Without another word, Lily left her half-eaten meal and went to her room. I sighed, feeling defeated, and continued eating alone. It was during that meal that I had a realization. Perhaps I had been pushing too hard, trying to win Lily's affection and approval. Maybe it was time for a different approach. The next day, as I prepared breakfast, I decided to let Lily be. I made her favorite pancakes but didn't force her to eat with me or talk. I left her a plate in the kitchen and went about my day as if everything was normal. The atmosphere in the house seemed more peaceful that way. A couple of days passed in silence. I noticed that Lily had been spending a lot of time with her friends, which I thought was a good sign. She seemed happier when she was away from home, and that gave me hope. However, one evening, she came home unexpectedly and found me cooking dinner. I had just finished making a salad when she walked in. She looked at the food and said, "Can't you do something better? Your cooking is seriously awful." I didn't react to her comment, but instead, I calmly put down my knife and fork. I had reached a point where I couldn't take it anymore. I turned to her and said, I understand that you don't like my cooking, and I'm sorry about that. But I'm here because I care about your dad, and I care about you. I'm trying my best to make this family work, and I hope you can see that. You don't have to like me, but at least try to be civil." Lily was taken aback by my words. She seemed surprised that I had finally spoken up. She mumbled something about her dad and Oliver, their pet cat, and left the kitchen in a huff. A few days later, Peter returned from his trip, and I knew I had to talk to him about what had been happening. I explained everything from Lily's constant insults to the isolation I felt. Peter listened carefully, his face a mix of concern and disappointment. After thinking for a moment, he said, "Honestly, I've noticed some of the issues between you two, but I didn't realize it had gotten this bad. I think it's time we have a serious talk with Lily. I can't have her treating you like this. You're an important part of my life, and I can't stand to see you hurt like this." With Peter's support, we decided to address the situation. We wanted Lily to understand the importance of respect and acceptance within our family. We knew it might take something drastic to get through to her. A few days later, Peter and I discussed our plan for confronting Lily. It was decided that we would do so when she returned from her school trip, which was due in 3 days. During that time, Peter and I began working on a united front, ensuring that we were on the same page about how to handle the situation. We wanted to show Lily that her behavior was unacceptable and that we were determined to make our family work. 3 days later, the day of Lily's return came. We kept a close eye on her arrival and left the window closest to the shed open, which was where we decided to have our talk. We waited anxiously for her to come back, knowing that the conversation was going to be difficult but necessary. Around 6:00 p.m., a taxi pulled up in front of our house, and Lily stepped out. She seemed puzzled by the strange smell coming from the shed. As she approached, we could see the confusion on her face, and she muttered something about the stench. Before she could enter the house, Peter opened the door to the shed. Lily's reaction was priceless. She looked shocked as she saw the inside of the shed in disarray. The realization of what she had done slowly dawned on her. Peter calmly asked, "How was your trip, Lily?" Lily, still stunned, managed to stutter a response. "I forgot about Safia. I couldn't believe she was locked up. What would have happened if I hadn't come back?" I finally found the courage to speak up. "It's okay, Lily. I'm fine, and I'm glad you're home safe." But Peter wasn't going to let her off easily. He calmly stated, "I never thought you'd be like this. I'm truly disappointed in your behavior. You need to understand that your actions have consequences." Lily tried to justify herself, but Peter's stern words silenced her. She was left in no doubt about how wrong her actions had been. We had finally gotten through to her. After that incident, we received numerous emails and calls from Lily, filled with apologies and pleas for forgiveness. She realized that her actions had pushed us to the limit, and she needed to make amends. We decided to give her a chance, but she had to earn back our trust. Over time, she worked on building a better relationship with me, and things slowly improved. She understood that being part of a family meant accepting new people and showing respect. Life returned to a sense of normalcy, and our family found a way to thrive. Peter still traveled for work, but now we all worked together to ensure a happy and healthy home. The challenges we faced had made us stronger, and the love between us deepened. I learned that family isn't just about blood ties. It's about the connections we make and the effort we put into building meaningful relationships. While our journey was far from easy, it was a reminder that with patience, understanding, and open communication, we could overcome even the most challenging of situations. As the months passed, Lily and I made progress in our relationship. It wasn't an overnight transformation, but small steps and gestures of kindness gradually helped bridge the gap between us. We started talking more, finding common interests, and even sharing laughter. One day, we discovered our mutual love for art and decided to take a painting class together. It was an incredible bonding experience. Painting allowed us to express our emotions, and we found that through art, we could communicate without words. The canvases we created together became a visual representation of our growing connection. Over time, I also learned more about Lily's past, her fears, and her insecurities. I realized that her resistance to accepting me wasn't just about me, but stemmed from her own uncertainties. Her parents' divorce had been difficult for her, and she was afraid of losing the stability she had left. With this new understanding, I was more patient and empathetic. I became the listening ear she needed and the shoulder to cry on when life's challenges overwhelmed her. We had our moments of disagreement and frustration, but we always worked through them together. Lily, in her own way, began to open up to me as well. She shared her hopes and dreams, her fears about the future, and her aspirations. I could see that she was transforming into a confident, young woman who wanted to make her mark on the world. Our relationship with Peter also evolved. He became a mediator when needed and supported both of us. He was determined to keep our family together and ensure that love and respect prevailed. With his guidance, we continued to work on our issues, growing as a family. One day, Peter surprised us by suggesting a family road trip. It was an opportunity to bond and create memories together. We eagerly agreed, and the adventure proved to be a turning point in our journey. As we traveled through different towns and landscapes, we explored new activities and shared experiences that brought us closer. We hiked together, shared stories around campfires, and even tried some new foods. Fortunately, I wasn't the cook this time. The laughter, the challenges, and the shared moments strengthened our family bonds. By the end of our road trip, I felt like we had become a true family. Lily and I had gone from being near strangers to confidants, sharing our dreams and supporting each other's goals. Our journey had taught me that sometimes the most profound connections are built through challenges and growth. Life continued, and the challenges we faced were no longer insurmountable. We realized that love and acceptance had replaced the barriers that once divided us. Our family was now a united front, and our home was filled with laughter, understanding, and most importantly, love. So while our story had a rocky start, it proved that with patience, empathy, and determination, families can overcome even the most daunting obstacles. We had discovered that sometimes love doesn't come easily, but when it does, it's worth every moment of the journey. Our newfound unity brought an unexpected sense of peace and happiness to our home. We no longer dreaded Peter's business trips, and instead, we viewed them as opportunities for bonding. Lily and I found ways to make the most of our time together, whether it was watching movies, trying out new recipes, or sharing our thoughts on life. I continued my career as a teacher, and my experiences with Lily actually helped me relate better to my students. I understood the challenges of being a teenager in a complex world, and it gave me a unique perspective in the classroom. This understanding not only improved my relationships with my students, but also helped me become a more patient and compassionate teacher. Lily, on the other hand, was blossoming into a remarkable young woman. She excelled in her studies and discovered her passion for music. Her melodious tunes filled our home, and her dedication to her craft was truly inspiring. We supported her musical journey, attending her performances, and cheering her on every step of the way. Our family dynamic had changed so significantly that it was hard to remember the days when Lily and I were at odds. We had become each other's confidants and allies. Peter was our anchor, providing unwavering support, and his love for both of us grew stronger as he watched us grow closer. One day during a family dinner, Lily surprised us by saying, I couldn't ask for a better family. I'm sorry for how I treated you in the beginning, Emma. I couldn't help but smile, feeling my eyes well up with tears of happiness. I appreciate your apology, Lily, but you don't have to be sorry. What matters is where we are now. We've come a long way. Peter chimed in, we've all come a long way. I'm proud of both of you, and I couldn't be happier with the family we've become. Our journey had been a tumultuous one, but it had led us to a place of love and acceptance. We were living proof that even the most challenging family dynamics could transform into something beautiful with time, effort, and the willingness to change. As the years passed, Lily pursued her dream of becoming a musician, and I continued to thrive in my teaching career. We celebrated each other's successes and supported each other through life's challenges. Our home was a haven of warmth, where laughter and love abounded. Our story was a testament to the power of patience, understanding, and forgiveness. It was a reminder that, in the end, love always has the potential to triumph over any obstacles. Our once fractured family had been pieced together with love, creating a beautiful mosaic of strength and unity. And so our lives continued to unfold, filled with the melodies of Lily's music, the joy of family dinners, and the knowledge that we were bound together by a love that had conquered all. As the years passed, our family dynamic continued to evolve in beautiful and unexpected ways. Lily's musical talents blossomed, and she soon found herself performing at local venues and even composing her own songs. Her dedication and passion for music were an inspiration to all of us. Peter's work continued to demand his presence during business trips, but now we had a system in place. Lily and I had forged a close bond, and his departures no longer felt like a time of tension, but rather an opportunity for us to grow even closer. I, too, saw my own life flourishing. My students continued to be a source of joy and inspiration, and my experiences with Lily had made me a more empathetic teacher. My career was thriving, and I felt fulfilled both at home and in the classroom. Our home became a place of creativity and expression, with Lily's music filling the air and my students' artwork adorning our walls. The atmosphere was one of acceptance, love, and support, and it made our family feel like a haven of warmth and unity. One summer, we decided to embark on another family adventure, this time a road trip to explore national parks. The journey was filled with breathtaking landscapes, outdoor adventures, and late-night conversations by the campfire. It was a time for us to bond, learn, and create lasting memories. While we had already overcome significant challenges, the road trip brought us even closer. We shared our dreams, fears, and aspirations under the vast starry skies, and we made a pact to support each other in pursuing our goals. Lily's musical ambitions grew even stronger, and she began to receive recognition beyond our local community. Her songs resonated with people from all walks of life, and her music became a source of comfort and inspiration for many. I couldn't have been prouder of the young woman she was becoming. Her growth as an artist was incredible, and it was a testament to her determination and talent. I continued to be her #1 fan, cheering her on at every performance, and Peter joined me in celebrating her achievements. Our home was no longer just a place of acceptance. It had become a hub of creativity and support for each other's dreams. Lily was on her way to achieving her music career, and my students were thriving in their artistic pursuits. Our family was a true team, always there for one another. Peter's business trips became less frequent, and we enjoyed the time we had as a family. We cherished our family dinners, game nights, and those quiet moments when we simply sat together, appreciating the love that bound us. The challenges we had faced in the past were now stories we looked back on with gratitude. They had shaped us into the strong, loving family we were today. Our journey had taught us that love could conquer all, and the bonds we formed in the face of adversity were unbreakable. We had discovered the power of patience, empathy, and forgiveness. We had realized that family was not just about blood ties, but the connections we chose to nurture and the love we decided to share. As we moved forward in our lives, our family was a testament to the beauty of transformation and growth. We had turned a once fragmented family into a source of inspiration and strength, reminding ourselves that love would always lead the way. Life continued to unfold, bringing with it new opportunities and challenges that we faced as a united family. Lily's musical journey led her to larger stages, where her unique melodies touched the hearts of an even wider audience. Her music became a source of solace and hope for people from all walks of life. As her success grew, so did her desire to give back to the world. She began participating in charity events, using her music to raise awareness and funds for causes that were close to her heart. Her dedication to making a positive impact was inspiring, and it made us even prouder of the young woman she had become. My own career as a teacher continued to flourish, and I found joy in guiding my students toward their passions and dreams. Lily's journey had not only made me a better teacher, but also a more empathetic mentor. I was determined to help my students navigate the challenges of adolescence with the patience and understanding I had learned through my experiences with Lily. Peter, too, thrived in his professional life. While his job still required occasional business trips, they no longer left us in a state of tension. Our family had become a well-oiled machine, able to function seamlessly even when he was away. The trust and unity we had built provided a solid foundation for our lives. One summer, we decided to take another road trip, this time exploring the beauty of national parks. It was a journey filled with awe-inspiring landscapes, shared adventures, and deep, late-night conversations under starry skies. Our road trips had become a tradition, a time for us to grow as individuals and as a family. During one of those magical nights, as the campfire crackled and the stars shone brightly above us, we shared our dreams and goals. We made promises to support each other in our individual pursuits, knowing that our bond would only grow stronger through our shared aspirations. Lily's musical career was taking flight, and her talent was undeniable. Her songs resonated with people around the world, offering comfort, hope, and inspiration. Her incredible success was a testament to her hard work and the unwavering support of her family. I continued to be her #1 fan, attending her performances, and Peter joined me in celebrating her achievements. Our home had evolved into a place of creativity and inspiration, where dreams were nurtured and love was the driving force behind all our endeavors. But our family wasn't just about career achievements. It was a source of unwavering support. Our family dinners, game nights, and quiet moments of togetherness were cherished. Our laughter filled the rooms, and our love for each other was palpable. The challenges we had faced in the past had transformed into stories of growth and resilience. We looked back on those times with gratitude, knowing that they had shaped us into the strong, loving family we were today. Our journey had taught us the enduring power of patience, empathy, and forgiveness. It had shown us that family wasn't defined by blood, but by the connections we chose to nurture and the love we decided to share. As we continued our path, our family stood as a testament to the beauty of transformation and growth. We had turned a once fragmented family into a source of inspiration and strength, reminding ourselves that love would always lead the way. The road ahead was uncertain, but we were ready to face it together, as a family that had weathered the storms and emerged stronger, more loving, and more united than ever before.